At least 46 dead in intense Chile wildfires. Former CIA hacker sentenced to 40 years in prison. Man stabs 3 people at major Paris station. Gas blast in Kenyan capital kills 3 and injures nearly 300. Missing China billionaire banker resigns from all roles. Lewis Hamilton leaves Mercedes to join Ferrari F1 team in 2025.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Monday, January 5th, and here are your top stories. Intense forest fires burning around a densely populated area of central Chile have caused at least 46 deaths. Chile's president said Saturday evening, and officials said at least 1,100 homes had been destroyed. In a nationally televised address, President Gabriel Boric warned that the death toll could worsen as 4 large fires burn in the region of Valparaiso, where firefighters have struggled to reach the most threatened neighborhoods. Boric urged Chileans to cooperate with rescue workers.
Interior Minister Carolina Toja said earlier Saturday that 92 forest fires were burning in the center and south of the country, where temperatures have been unusually high this week. The deadliest of the fires were in the Valparaiso region, where authorities urged thousands of people to evacuate their homes. Toja said 2 fires near the towns of Quilpue and Villa Alemana had burned through at least 19,770 acres since Friday. One of the fires was threatening the coastal resort town of Viña del Mar, where some neighborhoods had already been hit hard. The El Niño weather pattern has caused droughts and hotter than usual temperatures along the west of South America this year, increasing the risk of forest fires.
Joshua Shota, a former CIA officer, has been sentenced to 40 years in prison for leaking a trove of classified hacking tools to whistleblowing platform WikiLeaks. Shota, 35, was also found guilty of possessing child abuse images. Prosecutors have accused him of leaking the CIA's Vault-7 tools, which allow intelligence officers to hack smartphones and use them as listening devices. They said the leak is one of the most brazen in U.S. history. Shota shared some 8,761 documents to WikiLeaks in 2017, amounting to the largest data breach in the history of the CIA, the U.S. Justice Department said.
He denied the allegations, but was convicted on the various counts at 3 separate federal trials in New York in 2020, 2022, and 2023. On Thursday, he was sentenced for charges of espionage, computer hacking, contempt of court, making false statements to the FBI, and possession of child abuse images. According to evidence shared at the trial, Schulte was employed as a software developer in the Center for Cyber Intelligence, which conducts cyber espionage against terrorist organizations and foreign governments. Prosecutors said that in 2016 that he transmitted the stolen information to WikiLeaks and then lied to FBI agents about his role in the leak. They said that he was seemingly motivated by anger over a workplace dispute.
A man injured 3 people Saturday in a stabbing attack at the major Gare de Lyon train station in Paris, another nerve-rattling security incident in the Olympic host city before the Summer Games open in 6 months. Paris police said officers quickly detained the attacker, who used a sharp weapon in the assault, at around 8 a.m. One of the people injured was in a serious condition. The other 2 were more lightly hurt. Police had no other immediate details. Posting on social media, Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin described the attack as an unbearable act and thanked those who detained the assailant.
Security in Parisi being ramped up as it prepares to welcome 10,500 Olympians and millions of visitors for the first Olympic Games in a century in the French capital. The Games are to open with a massive open-air ceremony along the River Seine on July 26, a major security challenge in the city that has been repeatedly hit by terror attacks, most notably in 2015. Most recently, a man targeted passers-by near the Eiffel Tower in December, killing a German tourist with a knife and injuring 2 others. The Gare de Lyon is one of the busiest train stations in Paris. It is a hub both for high-speed trains that link the capital to other cities and for commuter trains that serve the suburbs and towns in the Paris region.
A huge gas blast in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, has killed at least 3 people and injured nearly 300. A government spokesperson said a lorry carrying gas exploded in Embakasi district at about 23:30, igniting a huge ball of fire. Housing, businesses, and cars were damaged, with videos showing a huge blaze raging close to blocks of flats. An investigation is on its way into the cause of the explosion. The government initially said the blast happened at a gas plant where workers were refilling gas cylinders, but later clarified that a truck had exploded in its parking yard.
Embakasi Police Chief Wesley Kamedo said a child was among those who died, adding that the death toll could rise. Some 271 people were taken to hospital, according to the authorities, including at least 25 children. Nairobi's Mayor Sakaja Johnson said many of these people had been treated and sent home, but at least 39 have been sent to other facilities with serious or critical injuries. A further 27 people were treated on site for non-life-threatening injuries. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, said in a statement that the gas plant was illegal and that it had rejected 3 applications for construction permits to build a storage and filling facility at the site.
Chinese billionaire banker Bao Feng, who has been missing for almost a year, has resigned from all roles at his firm, China Renaissance Holdings. He stepped down for health reasons and to spend more time on his family affairs. The bank said in a statement, Mr. Bao's unexplained disappearance in February last year shocked China's business and investing community. Just days later, China Renaissance said he was cooperating with authorities who were conducting an investigation. In its latest filing, the company said co-founder Xie Yijing will assume Mr. Bao's most senior roles.
The company said, Mr. Bao has no disagreement with the board and there is no other matter relating to his resignation that needs to be brought to the attention of the shareholders. However, it did not provide any details about his whereabouts. He was one of China's most high-profile bankers with a client list that included internet giants Tencent, Alibaba and Baidu. His disappearance came against the backdrop of a crackdown on leading technology companies by Chinese authorities. In late 2020, Alibaba founder Jack Ma also disappeared from public view for 3 months, after making comments critical of market regulators. He had been due to publicly list his digital payments firm Ant Financial, which would have most likely made him the richest man in China.
Lewis Hamilton will leave Mercedes at the end of the 2021 season and join Formula One rivals Ferrari on a multi-year deal in 2025. The 39-year-old only signed a new 2-year deal with Mercedes last summer. However, it is understood his contract contained a break clause after 1 year, which the Briton has chosen to activate. Hamilton said he was so proud of the success he had achieved in 11 years with Mercedes. Hamilton's switch to the Italian team is one of the biggest drivers transfers Formula One has ever seen. He is set to partner Charles Leclerc in 2025, leaving Spaniard Carlos Sainz facing his last year as a Ferrari driver.
Hamilton joined Mercedes from McLaren for the 2013 season and secured 6 of his 7 championships with the team. He also won 82 of his record 103 races with the Silver Arrows. The 7-time world champion added, Mercedes has been part of my life since I was 13 years old. It's a place where I have grown up, so making the decision to leave was one of the hardest decisions I have ever had to make. But the time is right for me to take this step and I'm excited to be taking on a new challenge. Team principal Toto Wolff said the pairing of Mercedes and Hamilton has become the most successful the sport has seen. And that's something we can look back on with pride, he added.
The answer for last Friday was D, elimination. The elimination of all nuclear weapons would make the world a safer place. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of missing China billionaire banker resigns from all roles. Number 1. Whereabouts. 人或物所在地方下落行踪 His whereabouts are still unknown. Number 2. Crackdown. 严厉的打击镇压 Police launched a crackdown on scalpers at Shanghai railway station last week. Number 3. High profile. 高姿态的，经常出镜的 Tony has now been thrust into the limelight with a high-profile job. Next, we have a multiple-choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I will see you next time.